visiting the ALKISTIS Method website. Now, since you're here, I have an important question for you. On a scale from 1 to 10, how well would you say that you manage fear, frustration, anger, and anxiety? Just take a moment to think about it. On a scale from 1 to 10, well, anything less than 10 means that you can improve on your self-leadership skills. What is self-leadership? Self-leadership means having a developed sense of who you are, what you want, and what you're willing to do to get there. It also entails being able to influence yourself and influence others. As you can see, it's quite a complex set of skills. Self-leadership is probably the most important quality that you need to develop as a private person and as a professional. The importance of self-leadership has been stressed since antiquity, when the great Greek philosopher Socrates said that in order to lead others, we must first be able to lead ourselves. Hello, I'm ALKISTIS, and for over 20 years now, I've been coaching and training top professionals all over the world on how to move from fear, frustration, anger, and anxiety to a place of calm, confident self-leadership. In essence, it means inner freedom. And because it's your first time visiting my website, I'd like to offer you a free gift. And that is a summary extract of my book, From Fear to Freedom. That explains the ALKISTIS Method.
First, I'd like to share with you a little of my story. I was the daughter of immigrants, Greek immigrants, to Montreal. And my parents wanted to connect with my history and my heritage. So while other classmates were getting bedtime stories like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, my parents would read to me from the Iliad and the Odyssey, the Greek myths and Aesop's fables. Fast forward, I'm 22 years old. I've come back from London, where I studied international banking and finance, and I'm working in a big British bank. My career seems promising. I have a big office and a big paycheck. On the inside, though, I feel horrible and frustrated. Why? Because I feel that my natural talents are not matched in the bank, in this career. I'm a people's person, not a numbers person. And sometimes I tell my father about this, who was the CEO of a bank, and he would tap me on the shoulder and say, "Dear daughter, life is very difficult. It's okay to read philosophy and psychology, but stick to your safe job and your paycheck." So what did I do? I carried on, and I felt like a hamster on a treadmill. I start to make mistakes at the bank because I'm unmotivated, and all these mistakes culminate into one big mistake, where I'm called in to do a presentation in front of the board of directors. Now, I do the presentation, but I feel terribly embarrassed. I didn't do a good job, not for my standards, not for the standards I know I can deliver. So at the end of that day, I face my biggest fears and I hand in my resignation. Did things go better after that? Of course not. They got a lot worse. First, I had a very big argument with my father, a dramatic Greek-style drama argument, where he said to me, "You're making a terrible mistake. You're going to live to regret it." He ousted me out of the house and said to me what amounts to an ancient motto the Spartans would say to the soldiers going off to war. Tan ie pitas. In other words, come bearing your shield as a victor or dead on it. What did I do? I had no plan. I just took any savings I had and I just took off. I had a backpack and I started walking. I started backpacking through Asia Minor on my own. No plan at all. I continued trekking, joined up with other groups and ended up trekking through Europe. Eventually my money ran out. So I had to take a job. Any job would do. Low-paying jobs. I was waitressing. I was a sales girl. I saved my money and tried my own businesses, but they failed and left me without any money. I was ready to go back to my father. I had to lower my head. On the bus, going to buy my ticket, something very strange happened. I was sitting next to a lady on the bus, and she said to me, she was a management trainer. She was training executives in communication. And she said that she had a big problem because she had to replace herself at that job. I explained to her that I would be very happy to do that job. And we spoke, and basically she hired me on the bus. She said, show up tomorrow, you got the job. That's what I did. I showed up at this great management training company. I started giving classes with managers. My students said that I was really talented at what I was doing. I felt it was a great match for my talents. So I had finally found my place in life.
Now, as I promised at the beginning of this video, you can have access to a free summary extract of my book, From Fear to Freedom. So go ahead and just click on the image below. That's the image of the cover of my book, and you can get that automatically when you fill in your details. Thank you for watching.